We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning. Well, with our good friend, James K. Hamilton in the house.
I'm here. I'm not Ben Davis Jr. Sorry to disappoint, but he will be here in a few minutes.
He will, and he has does he have his guitar?
I think so.
I don't think Ben Davis Jr. does much without bringing his guitar.
No, I've not seen him very many places without it.
Does he have on the hat?
I don't know.
I haven't seen
He probably
him
has
yet,
on
so.
a hat. He had on a different hat when I saw him last night.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, this is a really exciting day.
It is an exciting day. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Yep. I'm so excited that I may or may not have hit Porterhouse with my car door this morning.
So I come in, I'm like, hey. And he's like, I said, where's your car? I didn't see it out there. He says, oh, it's sitting beside Porterhouse's car now with a giant dent in it because the wind caught my door.
Y'all got that wind this morning?
Dude, it was so bad.
It's crazy.
It is so nasty out there. So if you don't have to go outside,
don't.
Or secure all your stuff that's
don't
outside.
park next to somebody. Park all the way in the freaking back, away from everyone, apparently.
It is so bad.
Can't get out of your freaking car.
Yeah, you literally it literally took your door away out of your hand.
Dude,
So
I mean, you said you had one time where it completely flipped your door like facing forward.
yes.
I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if that would have happened if there wasn't something to. If Porterhouse's car wasn't there, to stop it.
To catch it. I love how Rodney, and then he comes in and he's like, oh my neck.
Yeah. Like, bro, you weren't
even in the car, dude. Don't even try that. But nice try. I like the way he's thinking.
That's
though.
true. That's true. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But no, there's so much excitement and exciting things going on this week. A lot of it centers around the Markay, which is fantastic. And but I will tell you, back to the wind. Wind today going to be really, really strong, and then the temperature is going to fall like crazy too. So
be careful.
It's going to get pretty nasty out.
I think so.
So yeah.
Yeah, be careful, guys.
Yep, exactly. So you guys did a thing last night at the Markay.
Yeah, we did do a thing. We had our annual Giving Tuesday telethon last night.
Yes.
And where we announced our 2023 schedule for the Markay.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. So if you missed the show last night, I encourage you to go back and watch it. We had live performances from Open Rail. Dude, if you didn't see that.
I did not see it.
Dude, it was so cool. Like, they came in and we're like, hey, guys, where are your instruments at? And they go, oh, we're going to sing a cappella.
Shut up.
It was so good.
Was it like Pitch Perfect?
Dude, it was so good.
Cool.
It was really
Love
cool.
that.
Yeah, it was really good. So those guys rocked. And Morgan Washington played a couple songs live for us.
Nice.
We chatted with Session 5, which is Jordan Lombardo's band.
Yes, love them.
Super cool. Oh, man, what else? Man. And we watched some video clips from some of the other acts that are going to be there in 2023.
Ooh, cool.
And so I've got the list here. So I have the list of the visual artists and the performing artists that are going to be at the Markay.
Yes, because the Markay is actually twofold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have the gallery in the front where there are, like you said, visual artists, displays of any media that you can think of.
Yep.
And then you have the auditorium where people come in and do live performances. So
yeah.
So much fun stuff.
So I'll go through the visual arts here real quick, and I apologize. I don't have descriptions for all these people, so I don't necessarily know what kind of artwork that they do. Some of them I do, most of them I'm not really sure. But first, still in 2022, this Thursday, tomorrow night, we're having an open reception. It's called the Creative Times 6, and it's a group of 6 ladies from Chillicothe that are super talented. One lady won Best in Show at the Foothills Art Festival either this year or last year. So really cool stuff. I got to see it last night. It's neat. Here's a crazy thing. There's one sculpture, and it's these ornately painted eggs.
Like real eggs?
That's the thing. They're real eggs. They look like little like ceramic.
You are kidding.
But yeah, it's this little sculpture with these really ornate eggs, and they're real eggs.
How do you transport that?
I don't know. So be careful. So be careful on that one.
That's an excellent idea. Yeah.
But it's really cool. The DM Davis Choir was practicing in that room last night, so I didn't really get to check it out too closely. But there's one that was a Humpty Dumpty. This was this little like statue thing, and it was really funny.
Cool.
Yeah, so that is this Thursday, so come check that out. But in 2023,
that's no yoke.
It's no yoke.
I crack myself up.
Did you ever see the episode of the 60s Batman TV series with
I can just tell you no already.
Shoot, you maybe forget his name. Vincent Price.
Yes. Okay. No.
So Vincent Price played a character named Egghead, who wore like a bald cap and made himself look like a big egghead. And all of his crimes are like egg themed, and he like only talks in like egg puns. And it's Vincent Price, and it's just perfection.
Nice.
It's just perfection.
Now I feel like I need to watch that.
It's good. All right. So Markay 2023 gallery events start kicking it off in February, because these ladies are going to stay through. The ladies that are in there now are going to stay through January. Robert Orth in February. In March, it's the high school art show, and that's Jackson, Oak Hill, and Wellston.
Always a good one.
In April is Chris Penix. Chris does like trading cards and things like that.
Okay.
In May, Pamela Conley. In June, this is going to be cool. Jules Stewart is going to do an installation piece, which is like, like the whole room is the exhibit.
Oh,
and so I don't know that the Markay has ever done anything like that before. I don't think
so.
So that's really cool. That's in June. In July is Carrie Surgis Dodds. In August is the Quilt Show. That's a very popular event. September is the Apple Festival Invitational. So that's just kind of a best of the best regional artists.
Yeah.
October is Angela Pinson. November is Roger Donaldson and Kay Thorne. We, of course, know them from the Jackson City Library.
That's right.
And December is Matt Day. Matt Day is a photographer from Chillicothe. Has a pretty good following on YouTube.
Yep.
If you're interested in photography, you ought to check him out.
He's pretty cool. He does a lot of like vintage camera work. Instead of digital stuff and whatever. He takes old cameras and
I've never met Matt, but
he's really cool.
I found him on YouTube I don't know, 6 months, year ago or so, and I really enjoyed his stuff. I was like, holy crap, this dude's in Chillicothe.
Yeah.
Like I started recognizing all the places he was. I was like, oh, this dude is like 20 minutes down, 30 minutes down the road.
No, you're not kidding. Yeah, and he's really cool.
He's really talented, and he seems really cool. So here is what I think is the most exciting stuff.
Woohoo.
Is the theatrical performances for 2023.
Shall we be theatrical?
We shall be theatrical.
Shall we be theatrical?
Yes. Okay. So coming up in February, Apple City Players presents Mousetrap. So Mousetrap is an Agatha Christie novel play, I guess.
Love Agatha Christie.
So if you have seen what's it called? Is it See How They Run? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
So there's a new movie out on on HBO right now called See How They Run that is influenced by the Mousetrap.
Okay.
So if you've seen that movie, this story is going to be very familiar to you. And you can try out for that because the tryouts are next week or this weekend. It's soon. It's very soon. It's like the first week of December. And then on March 11th is Session This says session 22, but it is session 5. That's a typo.
22.5. It's a number.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Session 5. So that is Jordan Lombardo's band. They
Yes.
played at Evening with the Arts. They're really talented
Really
group of
good.
dudes. I think maybe they're going to be joined by the Apple City Horns again, which is like Josh Willett and company.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Like these guys are, some of them are from Columbus.
I was
Jordan, of
gonna
course,
say,
is
they
from
play
Jackson.
like big venues.
Yeah,
like,
they play a lot of like bars and things like that in Columbus.
like in Columbus.
They're really fun. They're kind of a party band. It was seeing them earlier this year was a lot of fun, and so they're going to have a whole show.
And it all goes to hat. It all goes to the hat.
The interference from the hat.
It is the interference from the hat.
Are we back on?
Are we there?
on,
Okay,
Dylan?
all right.
All right. Well, I'll just finish this up real quick.
Yeah, we'll finish it up and then we'll bring
and
Ben
then we'll
on
bring
over.
Ben in.
Yeah.
And then Apple City Players present Play On. This is another comedy. And then on 6/24, that's July, right?
June.
No, June 24th.
Mhm.
So this is probably the most exciting show that we haven't had at the Markay before. Fleetwood to the Max.
No.
And so we had New Frontiers, which is the Journey tribute band last year, and we interviewed them here on the show.
Yes.
And one of the things that was so cool and impressive is that they reconfigure their group to do all these other tribute shows. And
Yes.
so this is the same group of dudes. Well, not all of them, but most of them
That
reconfigured to do Fleetwood Mac tribute.
Awesome.
So it's going to be
Love it.
really awesome. The lady that plays the kind of, the Stevie Nicks part, very, very talented, very excited to
To
hear
the
her
max.
sing.
That cracks me up.
Fleetwood to the max. And then on July 1st, we've got Dwight Eisenhower. And then
Look out, Markay. Here comes Elvis.
here comes Elvis. And then on August 19th, New Frontiers will be back.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
So very exciting for 2023.
And that's not necessarily the full list because there may be some things added along
for
the
sure.
way. 'Cause
Yeah.
that
And then
happens a lot.
and after that, you start to get into holiday season. So
Yeah.
very exciting.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ben Davis Jr. is here. I'm going to step out and let him have the space. He did bring his hat. He did not bring his guitar, but he can have this sucker.
We will pass the sucker on since we were given the sucker yesterday. We will regift.
Oh, this came from them kids.
It did. How could you ever know?
I watched them on TV. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
They are.
Well, so Dylan is actually the director of the play, so that is super cool.
I saw that too. That's really cool, man.
Yeah. So Dylan, are you ready? Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Do you need Ben Davis Jr. to come and crack the whip?
No, I'm good.
No, you're
if you want
good.
to bring his guitar and play a little, that'd be cool.
Okay.
I play like alternative Christmas songs, things that are not really about Santa, but
Like bad Santa songs?
yeah, because I'm gonna come watch this. Maybe I should come watch this Sunday. That's my plan, and then try and be inspired.
I think that's
Then
a
I'll-
fantastic
I'll
idea.
write a song.
out of it. That'd be cool.
And then you can play it the following week.
Don't hold me to that. I can never do anything I want to do.
Well, I mean, it is that hat that, if you would quit wearing the hat, the interference would stop.
Yeah, everywhere I go, it's causing problems. I don't know what to do.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I just heard about it last night. I didn't know. It's okay. I mean, some sound guys are different from other sound guys and don't know how to EQ around a hat like this.
It's an inside joke. Maybe we'll tell you someday.
One of these days.
You're just a troublemaker is what you are.
I am. I reckon so.
Well, Ben, thanks for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it. We always love when you come and hang out with us in the mornings. And how you been? What's going on?
I've been fantastic, just traveling around, playing music and working. That's literally it. I got a new bicycle, so I've been cruising around town on my bicycle.
Dude, is there a song about that? Please tell
Not
me
yet.
that you have written a song about that.
It's an electric bicycle. That's the kind of thing that a folk singer would have written about 100 years ago. So maybe I got to figure that out.
So, okay. An electric bicycle?
Yeah.
So,
that other fella in town has.
The other fella in
Yeah.
town has. All right, back
He
up.
who should not be named.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
He's
know who
always
that is.
cruising around on his electric bicycle as fast as possible and causing problems, disturbances around town. I'm not that guy.
Disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
He's the other electric. No, you just do that at Bob Evans.
Yeah, I only get banned from Bob Evans.
Which is a whole other inside joke that we're not going to talk about here.
No, it's not my proudest moment.
Ben Davis Jr., the only guy ever bounced out of Bob Evans.
I was trying to do the right
That
thing.
guy right there. Yep. Back up. Tell me about what is an electric bicycle? Let's talk about that.
As you ride it, it kind of just helps you. It just has a pedal assistance mode is what it is. But it also has a throttle. So like if you're really tired, or like I use it if I have to cross over 139 to go out anywhere, I'll use the throttle and ride across it so that I don't fail, because I'm clumsy. So if I'm trying to kick off real fast, I'll fall and die on the highway. Yeah. So that's really nice. But yeah, you just pedal and it makes it easier.
I'm thinking maybe if you're clumsy, you should not be riding your bike on the highway.
I got a helmet with lights on it and everything.
Do you have like the spandex pants?
No, I need to get
Dude,
a
if you don't get
reflective spandex.
If you do not wear spandex, you are not a real bicycle rider.
They make the spandex with the butt pads.
Yes.
To make it comfortable for your seat. I need to figure that out. One of these days I might do that.
Amazon.
But I ride like 35, 40 miles in a day.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's got to be good exercise too.
It is. I rode all the way to Wellston already. It was wonderful.
How did you ride to Wellston? Like, what route do you take?
Yeah, I actually went up Veterans, took a Keystone from McCarty there.
Yeah.
And then I went out Cutlip, and then came in behind that road that runs behind the detour, and then I rode my bike, just down 327 or whatever there. It was easy. Yeah. Yeah, go get some Chinese food and come back home.
Go see Johnny.
Yeah.
Party with Johnny.
Absolutely.
Come back. Johnny's got some pretty good Chinese food.
I'm a huge advocate for electric bicycles. Everybody should buy one. Why not?
So, is it like a hybrid car? Does it like charge itself as it goes? Or do you plug it in?
If you coast or ride it down a hill, it recharges a little bit. But yeah, you charge it about 12 hours at a time, and you get 45 miles out of it. So not bad.
That's pretty cool. I love that.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So where do you find an electric bicycle?
The internet. If you just search electric bike, there's a million of them. You just pick whichever one you like the name of best, pretty much. Okay. They're all the same. Well,
now you've told everybody you have an electric bike. Do not please go steal it from his house.
The first day that I had it, I was riding it, and I was crossing Main Street, and there's Nathan Kitts coming up in his white Lincoln.
What does he call it? The stinking Lincoln? What does he call it?
I think so, something like that. But he is pulling up, and he sees a person on a bicycle and slams on his brakes. He thinks he's getting ready to hit somebody, and then he sees it's me, and he literally just stays there and waves me on. He's got a line of people behind him on Main Street. And
it's like you're a one-man parade.
Get on by.
He's like, I know that's Ben Davis, and he's clumsy.
It was hilarious.
We don't want him to get run over. So
special treatment, It's nice to have that around here.
Hey, it is. I mean, not many people get traffic to stop for him.
It's an electric bicycle. You too can have that privilege.
There you go. So get on it. So yeah, I don't know that I have seen like gas powered ones around where people.
I see that too, and there's even some electric scooters and those one wheel things. There's people riding those around. It's cool. I mean, it's a good alternative to driving your car every day. I didn't drive my car for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, and it's number one, it's good exercise. It would be real nice, and I'm not throwing any stones. I'm just saying if we could get some bike paths around here, especially ones that connect our areas together, because that would be great. What did you do, Dylan?
I didn't touch nothing.
This thing is being feisty today. So all right. Well, you didn't come to talk about your electric bicycle, but right. I do find that fascinating.
It's pretty sweet.
And I did not know that you have an electric bicycle, so that's good.
Well, I do.
All right, very good. All right, James is switching out cameras here because this one's being sassy. Must be a woman.
The lights went out in here. I'm not sure what's going on. It's terrifying.
That's right. So let's talk about other things there we are.
Yeah.
We're back. So we had, we just wrapped up, or you just wrapped up a series at Rowdy, speaking of Nathan Kitts, called Homegrown Happy Hour.
Absolutely.
And if our viewers didn't hear kind of how that came to be, you want to kind of tell the backstory about that. And then you guys have, there's a special event coming up, and we hope that you all come out tonight and hang with us.
Absolutely. So basically what happened is I was hanging out on a Sunday at 6 Cents, actually, and I got a text from Nathan, said, hey, I made steaks, and we're drinking beers and stuff. Come on out. Well, okay, that sounds fun. The thing is I already ate at 6 Cents, so I didn't have any steak.
We appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. Every Sunday I try to be there. But then I went out there and did not have steak, so I played guitar because I was feeling awkward being there while everybody was eating steaks, and started singing, me and Ben Irvin, and then Porterhouse just happened to be there and was excited about that and wanted to put it on the radio, which I thought was ridiculous. And I said, okay, man, sure. And then I never thought I'd see him again.
And you thought, yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. And then it just happened. He just kept making me go to meetings and stuff, and told me I was going to get paid and things like that. So that was cool. And finally, here it comes. We've got this show lined up at Rowdy Smokehouse, and Total Media is helping us so much and putting it on the radio, 98.7. And we get this guest, Wes Ship, to come and sing, and that's it. That's the first one. It happened, and it's just kind of wild. Everybody was there. I didn't even know. I didn't expect it to happen the whole time because, one, we're using my old sound equipment and just tapping into the radio somehow. Things I don't even understand.
Magic.
Yeah, and we pulled it off. So, Nathan was a great host for that, and we did it 3 more weeks in a row. Whether the weather was cold or beautiful, we did it. And
it was kind of the full gamut weather-wise, wasn't it?
You got to sample Ohio weather for sure.
Yeah.
It was insane. But it was just really special to see the community come out, all of our sponsors. Folks came out and enjoyed it. There were folks that didn't know who I was or even really much about Jackson that were there just because they wanted to eat some barbecue. And they were entertained,
Sure.
It was just a thing that they stumbled upon. So it's really neat that we could do that in our hometown. It's just a really special thing, and to feature different songwriters is really fulfilling for me. So
yeah, and I think that who selected the artists?
I selected the 3 of them, but Wes just happened to be booked the first week whenever we wanted to start this thing.
Because so that worked out, and it worked out because you all selected the full gamut of different styles of artists. So there was something for everybody, whether you weren't the Wes Ship, kind of music
Outlaw
fan,
country.
but yeah, then, you had Megan come in the next week, and she is
super
just
folksy and wholesome and so sweet.
I don't know what she was doing hanging out with all of us.
Yeah.
And then, but no, so let's talk about each artist for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wes,
and you'd never met Wes before.
No. And honestly, I didn't. I wanted to come into it and be like, oh wow. I wanted to be really impressed if I was going to be impressed, and I was. He's great. He was a fellow that made some poor choices and wound up homeless.
Big time.
And while he was homeless, he owned up to the whole time. I mean, he's this outstanding dude. But he was singing outside of a Walmart, and somebody filmed it, and it went viral.
Yep.
He is now clean and traveling around singing songs, and he's got his kid with him.
Yeah, he has his son with him. It was so neat to see.
That was a great thing, and he brought a lot of really cool songs to the show. Things that he had written with Billy Don Burns and other folks like that. That was really cool. So that was really a special first episode. And I think he drew kind of his own crowd too, which also was really helpful in helping us kind of put our first foot forward firmly, you know. And that was really nice.
Plus, he had a cool harmonica player.
Yeah, Gary played his heart out, man.
Gary's awesome. Will we ever see Gary again?
Yeah, we'll see Gary again. I'm sure we will. He's just in Cincinnati or something, so he'll be around.
So tell a story about Gary, because that's a good one. This dude is a hoot.
Yeah, apparently. Well, whenever I get there, he comes up to me and he says, so I've been pulling this joke on Wes where I introduce myself to everybody before he gets there because I'm always way early. And so I just tell him, hey, still a joke that we were kidding on, you know.
Like, we'd never met Gary before, but he didn't know.
Yeah, even after we kind of let the jig up, you know, and Wes didn't recognize it still. So he might be a little gullible.
He's a real bad A, but he's a little gullible.
But he definitely, that was a funny thing that Gary does, man.
Like, how does Gary know everybody? In every town we go to.
Old Gary Weber. Yeah, check him out. If you need a harmonica player, he's probably for hire. He had business cards. I got one somewhere. So
he's a cutie pie.
He is for sure. And then the next week we have Megan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Megan was.
How do you know Megan?
I played this show at this place called Leech Beach. It was me and Bart Wiseman and Eric Miller. We were driving out there, not even knowing really what was going on. Our friend Jeff Fox put this show on, and anything he does is great. So we went out there, and it was Megan and us. And he always does like a opposite ends of the spectrum thing. We were rocking and rolling, and she was doing her thing. It was just really cool. That was the first time that I met her. And then after that, just her being a songwriter and me being a songwriter, we crossed paths several times. And I don't know, we just kind of became friends and started hiking together. And, you know, she's just, because we've spent so much time in the woods and, you know, confide a lot of things to each other. She's a dear friend to me. It's crazy, out of nowhere, just because we both write songs. But she has such a beautiful voice and a way with words. And there was somebody that was in attendance. They said the way that she does it, you know, if she says silly, she has a silly candor to her voice. If she's singing sad, she sounds like she's sad.
You're right.
And yeah, she really does captivate you with what she's doing. Definitely check out Megan B.
She's out of the Athens area, right?
Athens, yeah. And then
she's great.
After that, we have Morgan, right?
Yeah, Morgan Washam.
Morgan Washam recorded my very first record for me. It was really funny. I borrowed money to get this check and then cash it and then take it to Morgan so that I could make a record. And he did it. And that's what honestly this ties it all together, because I handed that record to Nathan Kitts when he was doing a cater job one time. And that I think was part of the reason he started having music at Rowdy's, is because he thought that local folks actually made music. He didn't know that.
Yeah,
and
great venue for all that.
Yeah, and then now, boom, you know, we're doing this show all these years later.
Sure.
So Morgan really helped me out big time with that first record. We made it in a day and then mixed it the next day, and that was it. It was crazy. And we've played a lot of shows over the years, and I've always looked up to him. You know, that's kind of I don't think he knows that, you know, but I definitely.
We won't tell him.
Oh man, he's just somebody I really look up to, and I love him to death. And I was really glad that he said yes, because he's a busy man.
Yeah.
So it was really great to score him. But Morgan, you know, he's got a band too. That's something that hopefully folks will check out, because he and his bandmates vibe so well together and can really create an atmosphere with what they do. It's not just somebody is playing in the corner. They're really setting the mood for the evening. And
sure.
it's incredible. You need to check that out. But that's called Wildwood Franklin.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're awesome. How'd they get that name? Has he ever told you?
So Morgan's been calling his stuff Wildwood for a long time.
Okay.
You know, and then he lives out that way, like Franklin Valley area. So
makes sense.
Listen,
we're just making that up.
That's
totally.
an assumption. Yeah. And it might hurt his feelings that I assume that. I don't know. But yeah, Morgan's wonderful. Check that out. And then the last week was Jake Dunn.
Yep.
From Jake Dunn and the Blackbirds, or he was in the Dirt Poor Troubadours, that first record that I made, you know. So also just was another full circle thing. We've been roommates forever, and you know, he got married, or else we probably would still be roommates. We lived together with his wife too for a while.
Yeah, the wife's like, finally, this other guy's got to go.
Yeah, you know, there comes a time in every marriage when you got to kick the best friend of the husband out. And they found their own place. I got this cool house, and it was really nice. That Maddie is wonderful. Jake is wonderful. They're such sweet people. You know, I've known Jake for. I met him in like 2013, and we have done so many ridiculous things together, and we've gone everywhere. You know, we went and saw Johnny Cash's grave together, and we've performed in many states. And I don't know, it's just he's a really, really sweet person, and one of my favorite songwriters too, and one of my favorite people of all time to sing with. He has a great voice, and ours kind of mesh well together. So.
Sure.
But yeah, he came and did that. And played some new songs, you know, so that was really exciting. And I don't know, it's just each artist was really special to me, and it helped me too, because I've never been a host of anything really, except for like, you know, the shows that we do. But I can go out and say whatever I want, and then no one even listens. So, but this is documented for eternity. So,
it's on the internet.
I was a little
now you're
bit
done.
Nervous about it, but as the weeks progressed, I became more and more me, and less worried about all of that. And it was just really a really special thing, and I appreciated my friends helping us out and really showing up and playing their hearts out, the best songs that they had. You know, it's great. But we got this thing tonight.
Yeah, so that brings us to this evening at the Markay.
Yeah, you know, we got all this great footage and audio, and James worked probably about 40, 50 hours compiling this stuff, maybe 60. And he's selling it to you for $25 tonight. 65 hours he spent on this. 69 hours, he says. Okay.
We're just going to stop with that.
70 hours.
He's giddy over there. Don't pay any attention to our peanut gallery today, because he's like over there just cracking himself up.
We've got at 7 o'clock tonight at the Markay, we're going to have the best of Homegrown Happy Hour, which is the little snippets of each performance, you know, that are featuring the best songs, maybe not the best songs, but the best performances. And we're going to talk about those for a minute, and then we're going to show them to you. And then we're going to talk about the next one, and then we're going to show it to you. But on the big screen at the Markay Theater.
It's going to be cool.
And the Cultural Arts Center. That's what it is. And you get a T-shirt. They got all kinds of T-shirts. Yeah, that.
Let's take a look.
But when they run out of the size you want, don't be mad that you got there late.
Get there early. Check it out.
I drove by on my way here, and people were already lined up around the door.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Beating on the door.
Yeah. Well, there's one guy with a tent. He's been out there all week.
Yep.
He missed Thanksgiving.
It was really sad. Black Friday had nothing on the Markay for tonight.
That's absolutely true. But it's just going to be really nice. And I'm going to sing some songs. And there's just something fun about playing in that room, especially as one person. It's neat to hear how much sound can fill that room from one body. It's just really a cool thing. Yeah. So I'm excited to sing some songs this evening and just have a really good time. I'm excited to see a lot of this because I watched the YouTube videos and things like that, but I kind of got robbed of the experience of enjoying it. You know, I didn't get to watch it at all or listen to the replay. I had to wait till Tuesday every time.
And that is like kind of funny. It was like, the restaurant business, for example, when people are like, oh, I'll bet you just, love to eat the food every day. Or, you don't get, it's not the same perspective as everybody else gets when you're on that side of the microphone or the table or whatever. When you're the host, it's really a completely different experience. So, but you did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you very much. It's just one of those things. It's I would love to do more like that. We're going to do the Homegrown Happy Hour again, I hope. So
I think so.
I think so too. But more stuff, maybe I'll get better and better, and I'll be hosting UFC instead of Joe Rogan next week.
You never know.
At this rate.
Probably.
He knows a lot about mixed martial arts.
He does, and evidently he thinks he knows a lot about politics.
Everything.
I don't know, man. He's got a big following, so there you go.
Yeah, I just got to shave my head. It'll fix it. I'm growing my hair back out, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, but I worry that it's going to cause problems with this hat.
I was going to say, if you grow your hair out, your hat might not fit.
It might not. Or it'll just...
just sit on the top of your head.
Just keep sliding up with the hair. That's the trouble.
So what are you going to let your hair grow out to be?
I don't know. It's real silver. I'm hoping that... See, my dad... He has long white hair and long white beard. Looks like Dwayne Allman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I had my beard, I started mine when he did his, and my hair too. And then I gave up. He just never gave up. He's been going. So
still going strong.
One of these days, I have to catch up with him. And why not start soon, I guess. We'll see what happens.
All right. We'll see if he sticks with it, folks.
Probably won't.
You need to report back in a couple of months and let us know how you are with the hair growing.
I like my haircuts from Travis Villard. He's a wonderful barber in Chillicothe. Go check him out. He's one of my favorite ever. He's a sweetheart.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, free plug for Travis.
Travis Villard. And he's a DJ. If you need a DJ that can cut your hair, he's the one.
There you go. It's amazing how, with this resurgence of beards and whatever, barbers before were just, you didn't hear about barbers.
Right.
But now it's truly an art that's having to come back because, you're having to tame all of this. Guys are getting way more into, themselves.
Yeah. Well, and they make a lot of fun products and stuff that make you feel better. And yeah, I mean, chicks have been making themselves feel better forever. Why have we been miserable for no reason?
Agreed.
Might as well take care of yourself. But as far as barbers go, whenever I was a kid, there was in Londonderry this barber named Larry Leisure. And my dad would take me there.
He seconded as
Richmond.
He moonlighted as a porn star.
Yeah.
Larry Leisure.
Yeah, he had a barber shop. It's leisure, I think is how they say it, but leisure.
Oh, leisure's way more fun.
Yeah. They, you'd go in there, no matter what haircut you asked for, you got a flat top every single time. And so it took me years to build up just the courage to go to any barber.
Because Larry only knew one cut.
Yeah.
That was it.
You could tell him, I want a mullet, flat top. You could tell him you wanted a bowl cut, flat top. No matter what. Like, I want to do something a little different this time, Larry. Got you, my friend. Flat top. Every single time.
Wonder if Larry's still cutting hair.
I feel like I talked to somebody about him. Richmondale is such a small community. Hopefully I'm not hurting anybody's feelings right now. Because
that.
Yeah, they're tight over there. But his shop closed a really long time ago, probably because of the flat tops.
The flat top went out of style.
Well, when my mom and grandma were walking around with flat tops, it was getting kind of wild.
It got just a little weird.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to Larry, but hopefully if he's still kicking, he's doing all right. That's for sure.
We like that.
And his descendants, hopefully you're wearing the flat tops with honor.
That's right.
Yes.
In honor of Larry. Oh my gosh. But no, so what else do you have in store? What are your plans? Where are you going to be playing? So, I mean, obviously tonight we hope everybody comes out to the Markay.
Oh yeah.
To the best of Homegrown Happy Hour. And Again, yeah, can you watch this stuff online? Yeah, but you're going to get to see live performances from Ben. You're going to get to see this on the big screen and just like all of the best of. It's going to be a really cool show.
It's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited, and if anybody brings General So's with Lo Mein from Johnny's, that's your ticket in for me. I'll get you in. I know a guy.
He knows where the back door is.
I do. And you can find a seat. I don't have access to the free shirts, but that's it. Saturday, I'll be at Rowdy's with my buddy Nolan Collins, who plays at Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you guys having him because he's just a really great young songwriter, and he's
cutie pie.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's making real cool videos, writing real cool songs, and playing a lot of shows. So I'm excited for folks at Rowdy's to experience Nolan. And and then on the 10th, I'm playing at Steiner Speakeasy.
Okay.
That's
over at Tara's.
Yeah. And I don't get there enough anymore. So I'm excited to get over there and see her, see Chillicothe, because I don't go there very much, you know.
Yeah. You lived there for a while, right?
Yeah. I fell in love with Jackson again, and so I just don't like leaving. I work here. I stay here. That's it, you know. But I'll go back to Chillicothe and sing for Tara anytime because I love those folks.
You know, and Tara is. We should have her on the show sometime and make cocktails.
Yeah,
we could talk about.
Yeah.
She and I could talk about booze for hours.
That would be great. That would be really awesome.
She's blabby like I am, so
you could do like a mimosa morning sometime on here.
Can we do that? Will we get fired, James?
Not fired.
Oh, James said he won't fire me.
Well,
he's still giddy, so he doesn't know what he's talking about.
There's alcohol free. You could just tell everybody that it's alcohol free.
Yeah.
Everybody obviously knows there's no alcohol. Who would drink alcohol?
But no, and I will give a shout out to Tara because, you know, Tara was doing craft beer, craft cocktails, local music before all that was cool.
Yes.
And she's very innovative, and she is very, very talented, and is traveling the country now doing a lot of cool things with cocktails and teaching classes and winning awards and all kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, we should have her come in sometime. But, you know, back to the local music thing. I mean, that was a huge deal back before you even heard about people doing a lot of local music.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like Tyler Childers played Steiner Speakeasy 5 times.
Can you believe that?
The people that were there loved it, you know, but other people just don't care. They don't go out and they don't check it out because they want to go do whatever, watch YouTube or go pay hundreds of dollars or try to spend hundreds of dollars to
try to see Taylor Swift get a Ticketmaster
and
ticket.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
you should do that too.
Everybody, those shows have their purpose, but honestly, you know, and it might just be me, but I go to a lot of those shows, you know, big stadium shows and arena shows and bands that are legends, you know.
Sure.
But you go to those and you don't get the connection that you get when you go and you see somebody like Tyler Childers or and even now Tyler Childers in that big environment doesn't really deliver it the same way. Folks don't feel as connected as they did when he's singing.
Sure.
It's just him and his guitar and he's singing directly to you.
Which is ironic because the very thing of that is what gets you to the big stage, but then that gets lost somewhere.
It does. And, you know, there are videos of him sitting in a diner playing with everybody with their backs turned, talking over him, you know, and it happens to every single one of us. It's just the way that it is. But that was literally in Steiner Speakeasy and Toodles and all of these places, and then it blew up. And that keeps happening there. You know, I think might have had Coulter Wall perform at his first show in the United States, coming down from Canada, headed to other gigs. You know, at least that first tour, and he's a huge deal. But he just played in Chillicothe for all those folks sitting there at the bar. You can see that. You just got to go take chances. Sometimes it's bad, but then you just go to a different bar. You're already out. You got a sitter.
Right.
Go somewhere else.
You got a sitter. And you know what? Just because, and this is what's so frustrating, I think I'm going to get on my soapbox for just a minute. It's so frustrating to me when, you know, there's live music and it's really good and whatever at a bar. You don't have to partake.
Yeah.
You know, have a Pepsi.
Yep.
You know, that's totally cool. Nobody's going to judge. Like, you know, bars are places where people should gather and have fun, whether you're drinking or whether you're not. Like, just everybody get together and have a good time. And I that really burns my rear end when people say, oh, yeah, but that was at a bar and I'm not going to go in because I don't drink, or somebody might see me in there and talk about me or whatever. And I'm like, well, if they see you in there, they're in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's
like what?
Without a doubt, the truth. And
just come and have fun. That's the whole point. Like, nobody's thinking anything about anything.
I mean, there was a point in time when people just drank beer because they thought that they had to, or else they were going to die. You know, it was the only way they could be hydrated. And so they would go to public houses and they would drink beer and stay alive and talk to each other. That's pretty much it.
Isn't that kind of the point?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we still be doing that?
Let's just hang out. Yeah, it's really fun. Even when I don't drink, I love going to the brewery. It's just fun. And, you know, a lot of places are doing NA stuff too. Like Tara, that's another thing. She has a whole non-alcoholic cocktail list. So you can go in there, and even if your friends are drinking, you can have that and watch the next Tyler Childers singing on stage, you know.
That's exactly right.
And they still score these big names, you know. That's the cool thing, is the guys that are on tour with Tyler Childers, or the guys that play in his band, or guys like that, they're on that stage every week, every single week. You just got to go see them.
You got to go out and see them, support local music. And, you know, and Nathan has done a really good job at, you know, at Rowdy's News, where they really focus on that. And,
well,
makes it a good time.
That can't be the focus of everywhere, or else then
it wouldn't make any sense, would it?
No. And that's the thing. I think Nathan is kind of crazy sometimes with trying to pull off these shows, but he pulls it off every single time. If somebody that he loves wants to perform there, he will do it at whatever cost, I guess, you know, whether it's going to stress him out to the point of a heart attack or not.
That's the one thing that I will tell you about Nathan Kitts is, yes, he will make it happen and then worry about how he's going to pay for it later sometimes, but that's okay.
If
because
Kiss or
it's about
Willie
bringing...
Nelson shows up, he's going to clear the furniture out and let them play, and he's going to tell them, yep, I'll pay that, and it'll happen somehow, some way.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. So who, while you're here, we have a few minutes left. Who, speaking of music, who would you know, like to see? Do you have some either bucket list people or some, you know, maybe bigger name artists that you would like to see, or local artists that you would like to see?
Yeah. I mean, I would really like to go see an Arlo McKinley show. That would be really cool. You know, there's not a whole lot of bucket lists anymore. I've seen Willie Nelson a bunch of times.
I would like to go see Will. I've never seen Willie in
you should do
concert,
that.
and I told Jamie that the other day. It was like, he's 82 years old or something.
What, past that,
Like,
you gotta check that box.
yeah,
I've seen him. You know, there are a lot of folks. It's just like last year or the year before, anytime that somebody that I wanted to see came around, I just bought the ticket. So I don't know. I didn't deprive myself of anybody.
Yeah.
Over the last
like,
couple of
stop thinking
years.
about it and just go.
Yeah. What's stopping you? Anything that you want to do in life, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. Seriously.
You're right.
You just start doing it. That's it. If you want to start knitting, start knitting.
Right.
If you want to
find a way.
Be a host of Homegrown Happy Hour, just do it, I guess. But yeah, you just figure it out. If you want to do stuff, just do it. But go to the show. Always go to the show.
Willie Nelson turns 90 in April.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So how do we go see Willie Nelson?
Yeah,
Is he on tour?
I'm sure there will be another Willie's Outlaw tour next year with he has like him, and then everybody else you want to see travels together now. So it's a great thing. You should definitely check it out.
Definitely. I'm obsessed with, well, James knows this, but Dolly Parton. I need to see Dolly. I just need to be in the same room with her.
Absolutely. Because
she's well, number one, just her life is in general is pretty cool, but she's just like sunshine in a room. I have to think that you would walk in a room and she walks in a room and your life gets better.
I would imagine so. Yeah. She just seems like a definitely bright shining light no matter where she's at.
Yeah. And she's pretty freaking funny too.
Yeah. She's hilarious and charming, and she's just something. For sure.
Okay.
Willie's got 2 shows planned for 2023, one in Florida and one in Texas.
There you go. He likes the warm places.
We got to go to Florida or Texas to see Willie.
He'll be a nationwide or something probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, last year.
Gotta go.
Is the one in Texas in July? Is that the picnic? 4th of July picnic?
It's April 1st. It's
Okay.
the Outlaws and Legends Music Fest.
Well, there you go.
Ooh, who else going to be there? The Outlaws and Legends Music Festival in Texas.
Doesn't say.
Oh, doesn't say yet.
Ben Ritchie Boys Ranch.
There you
That's
go.
the location.
Well, we need to get out to Ben Ritchie's whatever ranch.
Go to Texas if you've not gone to do some crazy thing. Oh, that's cool.
A nonprofit what?
Child care.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Texas is fun. It's a wonderful state, and everybody there is nice. I think sometimes people give them a bad rap because some of the Texans that come and visit us are not like that. You know, that's one thing I'll say. The roaming Texans, but the ones there that are in the heart are so kind and so welcoming, and
Sure.
the culture is really neat, and the music is the best.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Lots of cool venues out there and restaurants and, a lot. And just, so I was talking to Jamie the other day about it. He's like really never, other than Vegas and stuff like that, never really traveled out west before. And honestly, I don't think I've ever been to Texas. I've been to Arizona numerous times and whatever. But I'm like, it's like you feel like you're almost in a whole different world. You're still in the United States, but the geography is so much different. The landscape is so much different. And, in Arizona, it's funny. The only time you see grass is a golf course.
Yes. Yeah.
But there's all of this beauty with the mountains and rocks and it's
I
sand
breathe
and
so much better out there because there's not all the plants. Everything isn't trying to kill me with its reproductive dust.
I feel you, buddy. Same.
Every single day, I have to eat a Claritin and spray the stuff in my nostrils, and I just hope I don't come into contact with any plant matter.
I am the same way. I was at the doctor the other day, and I said, dude, and he was like, well, do, the Zyrtec. I'm like, dude, I've been taking a Zyrtec every day of my life for like 5 years. So, and then he was like, oh. And I'm like, so come up with something else. So anyway, we talked about that, but it's just Ohio, man.
It's rough. If you're allergic to the air, it's real rough.
It's real rough. And it just gets worse every year.
But I love it.
But we love it here.
Yeah.
And if we didn't love it, we'd do what you said and just make it happen somewhere else.
Exactly. It's that easy. That easy.
That's right. All right. So tell everybody a little bit about Homegrown Happy Hour at the Markay tonight once again, since you're here.
Tonight,
since I've kept you this whole time.
It's a 7:00. We done sound checked it last night. It was fine. So
did
come
your
on
hat
over.
interfere with anything?
No interference from my hat.
No hat interference?
No. So we had a nice sound guy.
Will you be wearing the hat tonight?
Yeah, I have to. I wear it every other gig. I mean, it's not interfered with anything on any stage anywhere in my life except for one. But tonight I'll be at the Markay, not that place. And we're going to be featuring the best of Homegrown Happy Hour, 7:00. Come get you a T-shirt. You can go and get a food just walk down the street. There's food right there at 6 cents.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Good plug.
What's the special this week?
It is I think it's a smothered steak burrito or something like that. I don't know. They were working on it last night. Or yesterday when I was in there coming up with the specials.
Well, there you go. Get you one of them.
Dustin was
steak
slicing
burritos
and dicing.
And some fine bevs, and come on over and see us. It'll be a really, really cool time.
That would be fun to do a little pregame at the brewery before you head on down at 7:00 to the Markay.
I know I will.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll be there. There's not a whole lot of things in between my house and the Markay where I can get food. So
it just happens to be conveniently on the way.
Yeah.
On the bike path, right?
On the bike path. Man, my guitar's already up there. I could ride the bike to work tonight.
I was going to ask you, are you going to ride your bike?
It's so windy and nasty outside. I don't know if it's going to be that way forever.
Don't bring up the wind around James today.
Oh, Sorry, man.
He crashed his car into Porterhouse's door because of the
I
wind.
didn't crash my car into Porterhouse's door.
He crashed
my
his door into
flew
Porterhouse's
open into
door.
Porterhouse's car.
Oh my!
Thanks to the wind.
I walk in
Allegedly
Allegedly.
that happens. In case the insurance adjusters are listening.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Dang.
No, he said he opened his door and the wind just took it. It just went right into Porterhouse's car. Although Porterhouse was not in the car, but is still walking around going, "My neck."
I could definitely see that. I called him Chuck Roast over there before I said goodbye. Yeah, I always try to think of different names for him. Porterhouse is all right, but then there's Sirloin,
Ribeye.
Chuck Roast,
We could call him Tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Like those
yep,
big.
absolutely. And then Pork Chop. We call him that every once in a while. Yeah, anything but what he wants to be called.
I think he wants to be called Rodney.
Or, I mean, I call him Rodney, and then everyone goes, "What?"
It's that's what I call him when there's no one else around. You know, that's the only time I can be cool.
You'd be nice to
Yeah.
him.
Be nice to- yeah, exactly. That's so funny. All right, well, Ben, I guess we have a couple minutes left, but do you so tonight 7:00, Markay. How do we get tickets, James? How do we do that?
Markaytickets.org or just show up.
Yeah.
Markaytickets.org or just show up. And the cool thing is, you walk through the gallery
Yes.
to get into the Markay,
New show up.
and there's a new show up.
Brand new.
So you can, it's, the cool thing is you get like a double bang for your buck at the Markay because you get like the show that's out front, and then you get what's in the auditorium as well.
It's really cool. And then the auditorium is just artwork too. It's just beautiful in there. It's just, I love that place so much.
It is. And it's, you know, you probably don't know this, but I grew up there because my dad owned the Markay Theater for many, many years. So to me, it's home when
That's
I walk
awesome.
in. You know, ever since I was born, I spent a lot of time there until he, sold it. And that was like when I was I think after high school. So, yeah, I was the little kid watching movies that I wasn't supposed to be watching and having nightmares.
I'm sure that's probably pretty awesome though. That would be a cool life, especially here in Jackson at the Markay. That's sweet. I didn't
There's
know
that little girl in there watching Freddy Krueger again.
Hey, that's all right. You turned out okay.
I don't know about that. Maybe that explains a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, therapy is helpful and things like that. You know, just that I hear that every day. I've never tried it, but people talk about it all the time.
You know, if we could all play the guitar like you and have music therapy in our lives, we'd probably wouldn't need real therapy.
That's the thing is like if you figure out something that works, you know, there's probably something way more effective than what my whole life, but I'm all right. I'm functioning. That's all that matters. Just figure it out. Do your best to be you.
You're doing great. You're doing great. We love you so much. So, all right. Well, we got to get out of here for the day. You got to get home. You got to get rested for your show tonight.
I got to go work. I got to go to work.
As a bud tender?
Yeah, at the pharmacy.
We should talk about that sometime. Are you allowed to talk about that?
I'm allowed to talk about my job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't talk about,
Specifics.
Patients or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a bud tender.
At
the
Buckeye Botanicals.
Yeah.
Yep. I dispense medicinal marijuana to medical marijuana patients in the state of Ohio.
Yep.
Yep.
Legally. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
And I have to think that seeing the help, don't be judgy.
Yeah.
Seeing the help that happens with folks and how it probably changes their lives would be very rewarding.
Listen, it's folks from every single walk of life. I have little old ladies on Sundays telling me, "Oh, the preacher was gabby at church. I had told him I had to come get my medicine. He just kept talking," and stuff like that. And then they come and get their gummies, and then they go, and their life is so much better because of the pain is relieved from their bodies.
Yep.
And maybe they can't sleep at night. Anything that you got going on, there's an application.
Sure.
Topical creams and things like that.
And maybe try something natural instead of
Absolutely.
all the other stuff that we put in our bodies.
Yeah. I mean, you can be on 40 pills, or you can try to figure it out with this, and maybe not. I hear it every day that cancer patients and things like that. I had to take four to 8 pills for pain every day, and now I don't take any. You know, it's really incredible.
Yep. I would think that would be a very rewarding job.
It's really special. Yep. But I gotta go. They were listening to us while they do what they call waking up the weed, which is literally just preparing it for dispensation. We have to take it out of where it's stored, the vaults, and prepare it for the day, and that's that.
Okay.
It's fun, but they got it already. I just have to go and tell people about it now.
And bud tend.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Ben, we'll let you get to work, but thank you so much. We'll see you tonight, and we hope to see you all out there this evening at the Markay at 7 p.m. Best of Homegrown Happy Hour. We look so forward to it. We'll be back here tomorrow with some news, so we look forward to that. So until then, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegramnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, theteleGramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
theteleGramNews.com.
Subscribe today at theteleGramnews.com.
Check it out.